Good evening, saints of God. Another day's journey, and I'm so glad about it. I'm hoping that this message is reaching you in the best of health and in faith. Minister Marcus C. here. Walk with me as we walk with him. Been getting a lot of phone calls of people saying, Marcus, I hear you talking about prayer. I hear you talking about worshiping. I also hear you talking about faith, and they're wondering if I can go a little bit more in detail about faith. So for part of this week, I'm going to do a series on faith, and today I want to talk about what actually is faith. And today I want to give you a definition of faith. I know we all know the classical definition found in Hebrews chapter 11, where it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But today I want to go a little bit more in detail and give you a fivefold definition of what faith really is. Faith is one, God is who he says he is. God is the Alpha and Omega. God is the beginning and the end. God is El Shaddai, all that we need and all we should require, our sufficiency. Faith is believing that God is who he says he is. Faith number two is believing that God can do whatever he says he can do. Here you have a God that stepped out in the middle of nothing and created everything. Here you have a Jesus who was resurrected with all power in his hand. So therefore he's able to do whatever he says and wants to do. Faith number three is believing that I am, that you are who God says you are. I'm the head and not the tail. I am victorious. We are children of God, and he loves us so dearly. We are his children, and when a person loves their children, they'll do anything for them. So three, I am who he says I am. Number four, faith is I can do whatever he says I can do. The Bible says I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Key word being all. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And number five, that his word is alive and active in us. When I say the word, meaning the Bible is our protection, our direction, our correction for living and walking a Christian lifestyle. The Bible is our GPS system of how we should walk this Christian life. And we need to get into our word and not just get into it and let it abide in us, but also put that word into action. We are given an abundant amount of faith, but that faith grows as we go through things. Give you an example. If you put a little gas in the car, it's only going to go a little ways. You put a lot of gas in the car, it's going to go a long ways. And that's how our faith should work. If we have just a little faith, we're going to go a little ways. But if we have a lot of faith, a lot of trust, a lot of believing in our God, and that he can do what he says he can do, that he says who he says he is, that I am who he says I am, and that I can do what he says I can do, we're going to go a long ways. I look forward to this series on faith. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day and also be blessed. I hope that I've been of some encouragement.
You are so faithful. Lord, have mercy. Let's put it together. Hold